It's what, 6th of January and Tuesday, so it's patch day for Star Trek Fleet Command, and it's update 86, the original series at VGER Rebirth. So we're just going to have a quick look through the patch notes, then we're going to get into the game. I bought the ship, but I've not built it yet, so we can do that. And also we can look at the loop, look at the new hostiles, look at all the different abilities that they've got, what crews to use against them, what type of damage they're doing against us, what type of damage we're doing to them, etc. So I've not really played that much today. Been keeping my eye on the Discord servers, DJs talking Trek, not so much the official. Just having a look to see what other people have been doing. There's been a few bugs today as well, in terms of hostiles not respawning, so hopefully we won't bump into them, but we'll find out. I'm just going to get onto my stream to see if any chats come up. Dashboard. Okay, into my stream manager. Okay. Right, we're off and running. I've got it plugged in next to my computer, so if anybody does put any chats in there, ask any questions. Hey Break, I can see you've come in. So yeah, if anybody's got any questions, just ask it in chat, or if you think you've got answers to anything, put it into the chat. If you want me to do anything or try anything, put it into the chat. I might not see it straight away, but I will do my best to have a go, play around with the new ship. So yeah, these are patch notes. We'll have a quick look through this first, and then we'll get into the game. So it's the original series. You can watch a video on that. So I'm not going to go through all these, but it's mostly a new ship. So there's a few new missions. I'll probably do, I think a new mission has come out. I'll probably do that because I bought the new ship, and the new mission does give you extra materials normally for the ship, so probably worth doing that on the stream. And then there's like a whole new loop that's going on where you can do easy, hard, or the USS Excelsior challenges. So it looks like to me that the easy and hard ones you should be able to do. They don't look that hard, even though they say hard. So I suspect that you'll be able to do them and tick along the loop if you've not bought the ship. But then if you want to like max out the new, it's like a battle pass, it's like a weekly pass basically, then I think you probably need the Excelsior. And there's also this heroic VGER bounty challenge, which I'll need to figure out, but it looks like once a week you've got to buy a token to do that, to purchase the token. It looks like you've got to complete that to get the last milestone on this new weekly pass, and that allows you to unlock the second epic officer that's come out for the month. So I'll get into it, but there's 2 epic officers this month. One you should just be able to do with the heroic SMS and SLB through the usual means that you can do every month, and then the second one looks like you need to every week complete this weekly path. So obviously if you don't complete all of it, you're just doing easy and hard challenges, it looks like that's going to take you longer than somebody who has got the ship and buying the weekly heroic challenge, which I kind of think makes sense. If there was only one epic officer and you could only get it via this route, I'd have been a bit annoyed because it would have been a bit of a nerf to the way that you can get the epic officer. But because they brought 2 out, we could still get the first one, and this is like an additional on top of that, and you can still do it free to play, but it takes longer. I'm less concerned about that, but it's still another way that they're looking to farm money per week for you to get this heroic bounty challenge done. So yeah, different levels of difficulty. Need the ship, get different points, and then you go along this track And you can see here where it says legendary, and we'll open it up in the game soon. You can see it's a legendary milestone to get the new Uhura one. I think you need to complete this heroic bounty challenge to get to that final step, where you can see there's 20. So it looks like you can probably do 5 get 5 a week, maybe 10 a week, just from doing the easy and hard. If you've got the Excelsior, you're probably getting 15 a week, and if you pay the extra, you're probably getting the 35 a week. So we'll get onto them. So yeah, to get to 3 to 5 requires 7 easy and hard challenges weekly. So if you can get to milestone 5, which is there, yeah, okay. So you can get 10 a week free to play, just doing the easy and hard. You get the Excelsior, then you can get to 7, like I said, and then yeah, you need to do the paid heroic challenge to get to there. So I guess it gives us more stuff to do in a week. It kind of encourages people to log on and play and do this and do the weekly pass. You can see there, 6 days, 14 hours. This looks like it resets every 7 days. And I'll show you where these challenges are in a minute, and we'll do them. Whether we'll be able to do the heroic one, I don't know. Maybe we can do. Might be a bit of a risk because normally a lot of bugs on day 1. Okay, so as well as that, these are the extra stuff that you get in on the battle passes, and then there's this new ship that comes along with the Orc, which is the one that I've... Oh no, these are new hostiles first. And there's 3 different varieties of hostiles. There's Hurok, Gorn, and Silence. And you can see here that they kind of rotate, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And each of the different hostile types have different abilities. So I guess in theory you might think there's a meta crew set up for each of the different types. But I bet one crew probably does all of them. Or at least does them well enough to complete the missions that you want, even if it's not perfect. In fact, I bet for some people you can use a speed crew. I'm guessing, but we'll find out. But I guess that's the theory here is that you go to the same zone on different days as different hostiles. Now these VGER fighters, and we'll get onto that, I think these only appear when you use the new ship's ability. They're kind of invisible in the zone. You use the ability, you can see them, and then you can kill them. Now whether you kill them with the new ship or you kill them with another ship that you've got, say your G6 Rare or your Cube, I'll figure out in a minute. So you're kind of doing these to complete the daily pass points here, to move up the milestones and collect the new officers and do the new refines, I guess, which we'll get onto. So that kind of all makes sense, not that difficult a loop. And you can see here this challenge refinery. So it looks like you do that if you want to unlock it free to play, you've got to do your free to play dailies, and then you're going to get enough stuff to do the blueprints. I don't know whether it's 100 days or 200 days. I'll have a look, try and figure it out. But at least there's a free to play path to get it. I bought it this time round. I didn't get the last one, but I bought this one. So we'll give it a go and we'll see what it's like. And yeah, so we'll have a look at the refinery as well. I'll go into that, and you can see you can get extra ship parts for Reliant, Squall, the Junker, and the Vengeance. Obviously I don't have the Vengeance, but I guess that appears once you get to, when you unlock the Vengeance, or you get to 71. I'm not sure, but like they're not there at the moment. You get some more FKR credits, and then they've got some new prototype techs which seem to be set up for outposts and the new hostiles and titles if you're that bothered. Okay, so this is the new ship, the Excelsior, which I bought, so we can have a look at that new ship. And as I mentioned, the decloak and deflector, so that locates and reveals the fighters, which you can then defeat to complete that daily challenge and track milestones. So again, my only question on that is whether I have to defeat it with this Excelsior ship, or whether you can reveal them and then kill it with a different ship. I guess that'll depend on whether this ship has certain built-in abilities to fight them fighters and the other ships just get killed easily. So we'll find out. And then beyond that, this is also going to act like, I call it Cerritos 2.0. So it's basically going to boost you for PvE and PvP on things like Shred, Apex Barrier, critical damage reduction. So, yeah. And then the more research you've got associated with that ship, the better that buff will be for you. I guess what is good here, it looks like it just provides a galaxy-wide buff, so you could kind of park this outside your station, click the button, and it should apply to all the ships that you've got across the whole galaxy. So if you're out doing PvP and incursions, then you don't have to have this ship in the zone targeting like the Cerritos, where you got to click your ship and then buff it and then warp it away, or pre-buff before you head out. You can kind of just do this, and it looks like it applies the same as the Titan buff, but galaxy-wide. Just say galaxy-wide? Yeah, galaxy-wide instead of just system-wide. And then obviously I mentioned the research trees that goes with that to make them buffs stronger and better, and it looks like it also helps make the Excelsior stronger as well. So these are the officers, totally PvE this month. There's like nothing PvP on this at all. It's totally PvE. So I should hopefully unlock them, because I try and unlock all the different officers, but you know from my other streams that I've done, I kind of focus everything on PvP, and PvE falls in place. Although these do look like they're going to be quite useful, particularly for outposts, and so we'll look forward to see them. So this epic, I think TMP stands for the motion picture, as opposed to the original series, which is because we've already got a group called TOS, haven't we? So TMP, I think, stands for the motion picture, but it's supposed to be original series. Hey, Red. Thanks for coming in, mate. We're just, first of all, going through the patch notes on online, and then we'll get into the game and have a play around with it and try and test things out. So, yep, so I think it's the motion picture. I'm assuming that's what that stands for. And you can see the officer ability. At the start of the battle, there's a non-armada or outpost hostiles. So it's not going to work against the outposts themselves, but will against the hostiles. You're going to apply hull breach. So I don't think that's that good, because you just stick Lorca in. Apply hull breach. So the officer ability is probably not great. I think Lorca works. Yeah. I'm sure Lorca works. Yeah, it does. Lorca works against outposts. So I guess the only reason you want to do this is whether you're going to want to. We say they're red. We'll tell you this: the new hostiles suck. I had every buff there is and barely managed to kill 10 times 69s. Yeah, I did a 68 and I didn't lose any damage. I did a 70 and I could kill one of them with Pipe Moreau Anorax. I've not tried a 69. I didn't even know that 69 zones existed, so I am about to go to 69 though. So could you write in the chat what I'm sure I'll see it, but I'm sure there's a 69 zone then that I've got to try and kill. So we'll test that. We'll test the 68, 69 and 70s. I'm remembering red that we're on Gorn today, so the Gorn have got certain abilities, so tomorrow might be different as well. Janeway, Doc and E-Data. Yeah. Try powering up Anorax, mate. It's that I did a bit of testing earlier and that seemed to be the best for when I was struggling. So either pick Bev Anorax or Pike Moreau Anorax. If you try that now and let me know if that works any better on them. But it definitely allowed me to kill 1 3/4 level 70s with my Coscarry. So I think on the 69 you should probably do even better. Okay, so this officer ability, apart from the only reason I think that's decent is if you're using the other one in the captain's maneuver, which is increase apex power, which you probably would want to do, and you get synergy bonus of 3,000 apex barrier. That's a max bonus, so it's probably 1,500 either side. So yeah, the reason why you'd want to use Uhura is to get 1,500, unless it just jumps straight up to 3,000, but you're going to get more apex barrier against the outposts and hostiles for 10 rounds. So that's not bad. That would need testing to see whether the synergy is worth putting that on. What's below deck? Increase your ship's isolated cascade damage up to 50%. So that's pretty good. Cascade damage is quite good, but you've got other options for cascade damage below deck. But you could keep stacking ISO cascade damage because these new ships, at least the Gorn ones that I've seen, only get hurt by isolated damage. So makes sense why they've done that as a below deck ability. So this officer ability on round start, increase player's ship critical chance. Okay. It applied to a non-armada or outpost hostile. Okay, so it's another crit chance officer, which is quite good. We had E-Riker, Korn as officers to be able to do that, and now we've got yeah, I said Pike, Moreau, Anorax, Rennes. Yeah, try Pike, Moreau, Anorax. If you're struggling to kill them, I think that's going to do better because it'll probably take more rounds to kill, but you should do less damage. They should do less damage to you. As long as you've, I mean, you're going to use U below decks, aren't you? And also put on pick U for the whole regen below decks, and obviously your free status officers, Torres, Neelix, and Kim. Try that. I think you'll do better than Janeway, Doc, and E-Data. In fact, you could try Janeway, Doc, and Anorax as well. That's my go-to when I can't use the S&W crew. So that's the other thing to note as well on these new ships. Quite important, really important, is that normally you would just power up S&W Pike and they would, you'd shift all the damage across to the shields and you'd barely lose any hull damage. But you can see here that they've kind of woven it into the lore to say that they've got intel on the Strange New Worlds crews. So Pike, Pellier, Sam Kirk, James Kirk, or T'Pring, which you'll be familiar with the kind of crews that you would tend to grind with now. It's grind crew, the primary grind crew for anything reasonably big where you don't want to lose much hull health. You can't use them. And T'Pring's really good, by the way, that you get Vice Syndicate. I swapped out and swapped out Sam Kirk now for T'Pring or Pellier. But whatever do, I always make sure I use T'Pring because she gives you an insane level of mitigation. But anyway, you can't use them on these officers, on these hostiles, on any of them whatsoever. So just be aware of that. So yeah, so these are the officers. I think that's quite good. Being able to have another crit chance officer is really good. On round start, increase plus crypto by X% for 4 rounds if any state is applied. So you've got to apply a state to the hostile, which will be fine when you're doing outposts. But it's not doing it like every time you hit or every time they hit you. So it's not quite as effective as Korn or E-Riker. Because E-Riker is going to proc more times per round, whereas this is only going to proc the once. And it doesn't even say it's cumulative, but I'm assuming it is. So I don't think it's as strong as the other 2 critical chance officers, but probably that's Captain Uhura is on the side. Then, I don't know, somebody else might work going forward. We'll have to test it. And then these are your prototype techs. So critical chance against outposts, mitigation stats against outposts, and retaliation attackers. Increased base damage against Borg outpost attackers. So this is the Borg one, which I only do Borg outposts. They just seem easier. And the only reason I put buffs onto the outpost is to make the retaliation hostiles easier to kill. I don't send ships off doing it and then do the buffs and then go and do other things. So the Borg ones are the easiest, as I mentioned in the last stream. So yeah, an increased apex barrier against Borg outposts. So these new prototype techs that you can get via the refinery, probably going to be okay. But it's still quite expensive to like swap off Slipstream and swap on a prototype tech. If you're doing that all the time, you're going to burn out all your whatever it's called, conduits or swapping juice, whatever you want to call it. So I'm still, I don't know, maybe if you were absolutely wanting to know that you were going to run outposts for 3 days straight or 2 days straight, or you were going for some sort of SLB or something, then you absolutely needed these to like get you to the next level, you know, get to the 70s or the 72s on the outpost, then they might be quite useful to swap in and out. I have to be honest with you, am I going to spend time and effort A getting these and B leveling them? No, absolutely not. If I can pick them up just as I'm playing day in, day out, and I manage to unlock them, and then all of a sudden in the future you get an excessive amounts of stuff to level these up, but I look at them, yeah, but I'm not going to go out for them. Then we got the mid-ops, so then the mid-ops things, not that bothered. But obviously, this stream's more for people who are in the G6-ish territory, maybe G5, but not that low down. But it's quite nice, I guess, that they've now got different events for Ops 20 to 50. Quite like that. The idea is like a catch-up mechanic, which I think is quite good. Some bug fixes, which there were a few on here that I thought looked quite good. Yeah, more officer shards appeared in reward. No, not that one. That one I didn't even know existed. Why would you even try and start a ship that's in a wave into an outpost? Interesting how they found that one. Fix issue. Yeah, these are annoying. Not to see how many credits you have left in the Alliance tournament star in the top right corner. Sure, that's annoyed everybody. You're like wondering, you look at the top right corner and it just keeps giving you a different currency all the time. That's now been fixed. Yeah, that happens all the time. When you go to do an away team mission, you click in the middle and it just says upgrade your operations to a level A, and then you got to click away and then back in again. So that's now been fixed. Well, it says it's been fixed. Whether it has, I don't know. Issue where Khorne's champion missions fail to reappear in the Augment faction store after completing reward collection. Well, they put that in. They put the 1 minute timer in to try and resolve that because people were spamming it too quickly and it was falling behind. So I wonder whether that 1 minute timer is going to go now. It's a bit annoying because I always kill the champion. I have to wait at least 10 seconds, sometimes 20, 30 seconds. A few of us. Right. Oh, these deep link improvements. These I like these ones. These were like, there must have been in the code some default that says if you click to go somewhere, if there was no real place to go, or just default to sending them to the store to buy something. So now there's loads here saying that, if you press something, let's say you've not got enough of materials or faction recruits, you click it, and instead of just taking you to the store and saying buy something, it takes you to the relevant place where you could actually source it. Which I guess is a nice thing for them to put in, but it was just classic Scopely that they directed you to the store as default, hoping that you'd just randomly buy something like a vault of Latinum for £100. Right, okay, so let's get into the game itself. Right, okay, you can see here I've actually sent my disco to one of the new zones, the 68s. Hang on, what's this? What have I completed? Multi-affiliate. Okay, that's because I bought the ship. All right, so let's have a look through. First of all, we'll zoom out. This is the new space. It's kind of top right hand corner. You got your Klingon, ROM, Fed, G5 stuff. Before you get to the G60 stuff over here. It's kind of in the top right hand corner. And to be fair, the artwork looks quite neat on them. Zoom out, it's like obviously looks like a galaxy. And you can see here that there's the different level zones from 50s, mid 50s, your 60s, I-60s, and then your 70, 80s. So there is a 69, it's there. Porto. So yes, we'll send the ship to the 69s as well. Archer, yeah. So we'll do the 68s for first because we'll just test them out. And then we'll try the 69, and then we'll try the 70s, and we'll have a look at the officers, and we'll have a look at the combat logs, so we can see why we're winning, why we're dying. The 70s are odd. I wanted to try and find a way to do 70s, so in case there was like an SLB, which I think there is, we'll have a look at the event logs. So there's like an SLB or an ALB. I could shoot up and do eye levels, because I'm likely going to be lumped in with 70s who probably got G6 epics. We're probably going to be able to kill 70s, but not everybody can, even with G6 epics, I bet. But we'll see. So what we got? We'll go into here first. You'll see if you go into the daily goals, we've got Gone Surgical. Earn points by dealing isolated damage versus level 68 to 73 Gorn ships, and it's linked to Daimu, which is fair. Actually, in this case, working okay because it's linking me to my ops 68 to the 68 zone. So it's saying, which I think is quite nice. I quite like the fact that they've got a link there that takes you to it. Props them to that. That's quite good. But we've got to deal isolated damage. Now, this wasn't working, people were telling me earlier, but we'll find out if it is working. People saying that this just weren't working. But what does it mean by isolated? So you get 1 point for every 940 million ISO damage. Okay. 1 point, and we got to get 100 points. So we need to do, let's call it a billion. So we need to do 100 billion points of damage. So if we look at the 68s, how much hull have they got? Oh, 121 billion. So if that's right, I could kill 168, and that should complete that. Yeah, 1 billion is 1 point. I need 100 points. You got to deal ISO damage. It's predominantly going to be all ISO damage because they only take ISO damage. So once I've killed one that's over 100 billion, that should complete. But we'll test that, see if that works. I heard that this just weren't working at all. So if anyone has got that to work and that's not right what I've said, please let me know. So the next one is earn points by defeating VGER gone ships at your ops level in. See, why is that pointing to VGER space and then linking me to Becker? So that makes no sense. So I don't know, it's a bug or what, but that's confusing. But I'm going to assume that if I kill 10 68s, that'll complete. And I'll just ignore the fact that that link's completely wrong. But we'll find out. So for these two, you don't need to. It might only do one ship fills at 1 point. Maybe Archer. Maybe. Yeah, it will be. So like, if I kill one ship, I'll get 1 point here. That's what it's saying. Hostile level equal to your ops 1 point. Oh, so if I kill a 69, I can do it in 5. So it is. So if I kill a 68, I need to kill 10. If I kill a 69 or 70, I just need to do 5. So I think for me, unless 69 is really hard, I'll find out. And Red saying they were hard, I should be able to do these two easy. Now I don't see the other one. Maybe you only get that once you build the ship. So we'll find that. I thought there were going to be another one of these, which was associated with the new ships. But maybe you only get them once you build the new ship. So we'll find out once I built it, because I've not built it yet. Okay, so you do these, and you get from doing these challenge credits, challenge track points, and daily points. So daily points towards this, challenge credits to use in the refinery, which I guess would be to help you get the ship free to play. So you get 100, and so you get 500 a day free to play. Out of interest, let me go to the refinery, challenge, blueprints, 500, and you get 2 a day, 100 days. Okay, so you can get it free to play, 100 days. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold by the way, so start coughing, I apologise. So you're going to get the ship in 100 days, what I expected. But you can see I've already got it, I've just got to build it. So that's quite easy enough, he says, having not completed them dailies yet. And then you get points for the challenge track, which, as I said, and when we looked at the patch notes, the free-to-play is going to get you to this each week, level 5. Having the ship is going to get you to level 7. And then you got to pay the monies. Got to pay the moolah, the pounds, if you want to get to legendary. So how much is that legendary? Is there a link to that? Yeah, there's a link to the store that I always knew there would be. So let's see if that takes you to the right place. Yes, VGER bounty contract, £20. Eh dear. Yep. Okay, well, it is what I expected. It's a £20 tax a week if you want to unlock the officer. So let's have a look at how much that officer takes to unlock. 120. So if you buy them, you're going to get 20, 30, 35 a week, 3, 6, 9, 20, 30, 35 a week. Count. So, what to say it was 100. I should be able to do this in my head, but we'll do it anyway. Yeah, I didn't think you're going to be able to do it in free. So it's going to be 3 weeks of legendary, and maybe just the next week to the epics. So a month. If you don't, and but you've got the ship, you're going to unlock her in 120 divided by 15. 8 weeks. To 4 weeks to unlock her if you pay the £100 throughout the month. 8 weeks to unlock her if you... Let me rephrase that. 4 weeks if you bought the ship and you buy the legendary, the heroic pack. So it's £200 for month 1. And then thereafter, I guess you're tiering her up from there onwards, but it would only be £100 to tier her up as fast as you could. Or 8 weeks if you bought the ship and you don't buy the £25 a week. Or it's 120. I don't need to do that, do I? Divided by 10. 12 weeks. 12 weeks if you're just doing it free to play. 3 months. It's quite a long time. I get it though. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Pay a lot. Pay a very lot. Pay a lot. Don't pay anything. I'm unsure. I might take 8 weeks. Depends what happens on the weekend. If I've had a drink and I randomly come in and decide to buy the pack. But we'll see. Okay. So as well as the officers in here, there is also these challenge credits. Again, to get more of these challenge credits. So I wonder, you've got 200, 300. So I wonder what the cooldown is on... I wonder what the cooldown is on this ship. It's only going to be 20. It's going to be 1 day. It's not going to be like 8 hours, is it? I just wondered whether you could get 2 times 2 prints a day, but I don't think you will be able to because the cooldown will be 22 hours. So it's still going to be 100 days. It just means you're going to have 500, whatever these added up to buy other stuff that's in there, which is fine. And then you get these FKR tokens, which allow you to buy more faction credits, which I had a look is not brilliant. I don't mind these. The control posts are pretty good because I want to level that building, so I quite like that. But I think that's about it. Oh, there's some more control posts in there. Any control posts in there? It's just the titles. Worked well, Red, did it? Yeah? Pipe Morale Anorax. You said you barely managed to kill 10. 69s with the buffs. How did he do this time with Pipe Morale Anorax? Did you need to buff? Or did you just do it quite easy? Right, well, it worked well, so we'll try that. I know your shit's pretty strong. I'm guessing you've got... I don't think you've got a Cosy, have you? You got a the Interceptor. So I'm glad that helped. About 10% without buff. You lost 10% in total, or you lost 10% hull per hostile. We'll get onto it and have a look. Okay, all right. So let's have another look then quickly at the refinery itself. So outposts. We've talked about not outposts. The only thing to know, I will say about the outposts, lost 10% per hostile. Okay, mate. So almost did it in one run then. If you need to do 10, I'm guessing you're up 69 here. So without a buff. So maybe you, yeah. Hopefully you just snuck in completing it in one run, mate. Because you need to kill 10 hostile today, don't you? But you've probably already done that. So the other thing to note as well, the sourcing for the outposts are now here, look. Solo outpost strike directed, so we can claim them. Let's have a look what the cooldown is. I think it's weekly. Oh no, they're daily. It's to get 100 a day though, but you need 600 to start, so... Oh, is it 300 to start? Can't remember. So it's either a start every 3 days or a start every 60. It's got to be a start every 3 days, hasn't it? Can't remember how much it costs to start. How much does it cost to start? Outposts 63. Yeah, 600 to start. You get 100 a day, so it's like, God, one. Yeah, 600, so you only get one start every 6 days. Not great, is it? You got to hope that when events or something come, they give you some more on the claims, or the battle pass comes round and instantly gives you a lot more. That's not brilliant, that. So, and then the elites, you got to use. That's quite a lot. Plus 1200s. I'm not going to get 2. Well, I might get 1. And I think they're 600 as well. So what's the cooldown on them? 7 days. Oh God. And what the elites? What are the elites? Are they 600 as well? Oh wow. Okay. I've got 900. So I'm glad I've got some in. I'll have to save these so when the battle pass comes up, do one of them. Hopefully, it like unlocks more of them. So hopefully, the battle pass itself is self-sustaining as opposed to the elites to get elites. Yeah, yeah. So like, I think if you had none here, you'd be in real trouble. I'm gonna have to save these now for when the battle pass comes up, hoping that when you complete the pass, you get more to be able to do more. And you just have to run them on the battle passes. But you might need to save up until you got the point of at least one start, which is going to take 2 weeks if you ran these right now. Anyway, a slight aside, but I did notice that. Oh, you got loads then, Red, so you'll be fine. Just as another slight aside as well. Hello. Is I don't know if anybody noticed this or not, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new building spaces in the station. They weren't there before. So I guess that's going to set us up for 2026. One assumes that we've got 8 buildings to come throughout or at least, well, maybe not at least, or up to 8 new buildings to come. Okay, so back to the refinery. If we go to challenge, yeah, just check outpost. I don't think there's anything new else now in outpost. No. I'll do all my claims in a bit. No, nothing's changed to outpost. So in the challenge, so we talked about the prince. So here you can get Rel, Squall, Junker, and I'm guessing Vengeance once I get to whatever appropriate level I need. Unlock X. Oh. That'll be interesting. So when I unlock it, am I going to be able to start collecting parts for the Vengeance? That says unlock Excelsior. Hope so. That would be quite good, because I can just start banking up a load of parts and then use them at any point in the future when I get them. I doubt that's true. I doubt that's true. I bet you only get them if you've actually got the Vengeance. But anyway, you go in here, you got to use this stuff that you get, the challenge credits, to get Reliance parts, Squall parts, and year junk parts. So it's 500 for one. So let's have a look. I don't need to get the ship, because I've got it. I said I'm not that bothered about these. Will I get that? I don't know. And that's materials for the pros. These are just gifts. It's a strong box where you get only 100. Okay, so let's work this out. So go to the challenge track. Each week you're gonna get 200, 500, 750, 900, 1100, 1600, 2600. You do need Vengeance. Okay, Red. I thought you might do. So then when I go to the refinery, that's quite a lot. 2,600 a week. Oh, it's a week though. So it all depends on what the cooldown is on these. So 2 chests is going to be out. I'm not going to be doing 2 chests. But hopefully I'll have enough for one of each of them free. I'll definitely do one of each of them free. And if I've got anything left over, is that the one for the Borg outpost? If I had a cheeky 500 spare, I'd go for the Borg outpost one. Or them rare prototype mats. But we'll figure it out. We'll have a look to see how much I can put on. Remembering we're only going to get this every week. We're only going to get these once a week. So all these things I get here, plus the 500 that I get daily. So if it's daily refines on them ship parts, I'm not going to have enough to do that daily. If it's weekly, then I probably will. Yeah, Red, I'm nowhere near maxing my GS31. I have seen you and a few others in TDE parked up in middle of zones doing them massive beams out. So it is quite a decent ship into it really to max. But yeah, I'm nowhere near that. I didn't actually buy that ship. I got it free to play, and then so I'm quite behind the curve on it. But it is. I have tried to focus on it because you get a decent source of chip parts, don't you, from it? So it is a really good ship, and it's also quite useful to use full stop in it because it helps with daily just wiping out, the freebooters with one click of a button. So it is a really good ship to get. 100%, I agree. Right. Okay. So that's the new challenge track. Oh yes, it didn't flip over to anything when I went onto the away team. Okay, so I think the first thing we do now, well, let's build the ship. Let's build the ship, and we'll have a look to see what happens in the refinery in terms of unlocks. 347 million. So it's a support ship, in it. This is not going to be like the Junker. This is not going to be like the Junker, the Excelsior, that's going to be usable to go out and grind in and stuff like that. I suspect it's going to be akin to a G5, G6 Uncommon, maybe? G6 Uncommon? What's the Uncommons? Yeah, vouchers, North Coast. I reckon, look, 549 as the base, and what's the base on this? 347. Maybe it's got more tiers on it. So, yeah, I suspect it's going to be like a G5, a G6 uncommon when it's maxed. So it's not going to have any impact whatsoever. Oh, we'll get research. We'll look at that in a minute. So let's build it. Build. Let's throw speed up. It's not Sigma, is it? No. So I'm not wasting any Sigmas. So here it is. Here comes the ship. I think it looks quite pretty. It's got square edges. It's a bit square, isn't it? Compared to other these types of ships. Yeah, it is a bit boxy looking in places. Yeah, it looks okay, Archer. I agree. It's quite nice. It looks a bit like a toy, doesn't it? Let's have a look at it. It's got decent history. I think the Excelsior was kind of before the Enterprise B. I think it was kind of the interim between the A and the B. Yeah, Archer, it's not brilliant power actually. It's more of a support ship, like so you can buff your other ship. It's have to be, is it? Yeah, maybe. I thought it were kind of the one that came in between the A and the B, kind of the prototype in between, but maybe not. So nice, built now. So that okay, here we go. So events, built it. 20k of the depot tokens. You get a load of them nowadays, but I'm not going to turn my nose down at that. So that's good. So before we look at the events, then let's have a look at the refinery. See if what's changing there now. Challenge. Okay, so I get my tier 1 free gift. Let's have a look. So ports to upgrade it. We'll look at the research in a minute. That's to activate the ability. We know them challenge credits are to use in the refinery. Okay, well we're getting 10. Oh, this Pro Transwarp one. I need to figure out the other sourcing for that. I don't know where the other sourcing is for that. I don't know where the sourcing is for that, but anyway, that's good. And then some prototype stuff, and then, okay, points toward the challenge track. Okay, that's alright, we'll take that as a claim. So let's have a look. Yeah, Archer, yeah, it's a lot less, like I mentioned on the other one, because it's a support ship. But skip that. I normally get these just flying off, but I turned off the skip animations because I wanted to see what was in stuff for the stream. But because it's a sports ship, it's more there to allow you to do this new pass and buff your other ships. It's a bit like Cerrito. Is anything changed in these? No, still the same. Okay, so no. Yeah, Vengeance T1 to yeah. Okay, you were right, Red. It's upgraded from build the Excelsior to have the Vengeance. It's a shame. It would have been nice to just stockpile a load of parts. And then, so the blueprints, I'm never going to need them. I'm glad it's moved it down the list. And now it's just giving me the previews of the other ones. But I've also got the lockbox, the strong box, more parts. So we're going to get this daily. Oh no, I can't do it. Why can't I do it? Excelsior daily challenges. Okay, so that must mean daily challenges appeared now. No. How do we get the rare ones? Maybe I need to. No. Until the reset. Okay, so you don't think it appears till the reset, Red. Let me do this to see if it appears, because I've just bought the ship and maybe it's clear localization. That's sometimes basically, if not, I guess that's going to appear at 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever it is. It was before the Enterprise beat. Yeah, I thought it was red. Yeah, I didn't. I could have looked it up on thing, but I do remember it being kind of the prototype leading into the NB. Oh well, that's reached level. That's a new bug. So we got them too. No, we don't. Okay. So I think you're right. We won't be able to open that lockbox until tomorrow because they've only put these ones on. All right. Well, let's. And I'm guessing then. I mean, I could maybe use the new ship just to show the impact of. Let's put it on anyway, so we can have a look at it. There, sign ship. So let's just locate it, go out, see what the ability looks like when we're outside the outside. Zoom in, have a look at it. It just looks like 8 over Cerrito stroke type shape done it from log out, and if we zoom right out, it just looks like a green triangle like all of them. So this will initiate the US Excelsior deflector decloak. A hidden oh, so you only decloaks one ship, and it comes to attack you. Upgrade the ship to improve the cooldown. 15 seconds at T5, so there's a cooldown on it. I'm not going to use it because I'm not in the zone. And this is my... Yeah, so we use these, whatever they are, which is just like Cerrito's buff. Duration, 6 minutes at tier 15. It doesn't actually say how long it lasts at this tier, does it? Maybe if I manage it, it'll tell me. So it's not telling me anywhere how long they last. Other than event for it, red. Okay, all right. Well, if there's an event for it, then we will do that. So when we look at the events, we will. So increases isolate damage against VGER fighters by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 500,000%. Okay. So you're gonna have to use this ship against some fighters, aren't you? No cost for the decloaking. Okay. All right. Well, that's fine enough. Yeah. So that's good then. Modulated shield increases apex barrier against VGER fighters by whatever number that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 billion, 50 billion. So basically, what's that saying is that you're not going to kill these VGER fighters with your normal ships. So it's a bit like if you try to kill an aquatic or a Gorn, not Gorn, the aquatics with your regular ship. The buffs are for the decloaking. Yes, makes sense, Red. So you use the decloak, it spawns a hidden hostile, which comes to attack you like a hunter. It attacks your Excelsior because you did it, and one sec. Sorry. And the only way you survive is because of the ridiculous amounts of ISO damage and apex barrier you've got. And 19 trill hostile at 51, yeah. So I wonder whether this is going to be the new heavy hitter crit damage mechanism. Porking this up. Instead of just doing polygons, yeah, you're right, Red, so you agree, yeah. So instead of just doing polygons and solo orders with your rev, they probably still are decent. You just sit there clicking that button on, like, making the ship really big, getting to the highest possible zone you can be in, just clicking the button. Or what some people do is using a bot to do it, which I don't do and I would never do, but I know that some people do use bots. But that's how that's going to be won, isn't it? Someone's just going to bot the way to victory with a press this button. Yeah, we'll get on to cruise, Archer. Yeah, we'll get on to cruise in a minute, which I think will be the best ones for the different ships that we've got. Okay, alright, so that's the ship. Right, so let's have a look at the events. And then we can get out and kill stuff. Unity, okay. Easy. Let's get that done. Also, I should really, before anyone tells me, and I know I'm supposed to break about this, download the PC mod, and donate all this to the Alliance and increase his level, so I'm going to do that. And also another stream we were going to do was a bit of a GB UK stream where Sanchez wants to join in, Mando wants to join in, he's going to come on, so people who, if you're watching this back, who's in my Alliance, we'll do a stream where people can come on, ask questions and do stuff, so that's something that we want to do for the Alliance in the coming weeks. So but yeah, one thing I can do with the Alliance is download the mod, which I don't know why I've not set it up. There's just something about it that put me off, and I don't know why, because it's just a mod in it, and then allow you to mass. I mean, they should do this anyway, shouldn't they? The limit of 50, but like when you got the mod, you can just do absolutely loads, and that's probably going to take us up. You know, like you can tell Andy break, do that, and I would do. I just can't be bothered to go 50 at a time forever. My finger would break. So I guess I'll need to use a PC mod to be able to do that en masse. Right, okay, so that should be that done. Easy peasy. In fact, let's have a look at the pass then. Talking of the pass. So this is just a classic path. And you've got TMP, Sulu. And you just get in them challenge credits with a mix of your choice credits and off the depot tokens. So it's just your classic pass and ends with your 3 and 12. So if you want to unlock Sulu, you do the pass. I will buy the elite on that, 20 quid. And you save up your resources and do down to Chronicles of the Ascendant. So nothing's changed. You're going to do your Chronicles, and then on the very last SLB, which counts as double points for the Mater SLB, you dump all your resources in, level up a load of G5 ships if you want to make sure you get to at least the penultimate, which I think is the 3rd heroic milestone. You're probably going to come top 25. If you keep going, complete the heroic milestones, you'll definitely unlock them, and you probably come top 5, top 10, and then it's up to you if you want to then really want the officer tiered up, then you keep pushing to try and win it or come 1st or 2nd. But that's how you unlock it every month, really. A 64 has 640 94 T power and 1.35 quadrillion health. 1.35 quadrillion health. How's that compared to the polys? How's that compared to the polys? I'll send. I'll just come on. I'll just jump it, it's fine. Let's have a look at the polys. So a 64 has got 1.35 quadrillion health. Well, let's have a look at the polys. It's only hull that counts, isn't it? 10. So 10 of them hostiles equates to 1 poly. But you can just keep doing it, can't you? You just keep doing it over and over again, whereas you're going to run out of poly starts. And how about the 032s? They're even smaller, aren't they? 1.78, so it's about akin. One of them hostiles at 64 is akin to one Borg type 03.2s, which you could do about 19, 20 a week. How many do you get it? I think it's 19 a week. So yeah, I think yeah, it's true, Archie. Yeah, like because I'm 68, if I do the 69s, then I'll get 2 points. So I'll only need to kill 5 of them. So, but we'll definitely get onto that. Although I don't think it's going to be that hard anyway, to be honest with you. I mean, definitely not 68. So I bet I could do it with speed crew. Maybe not. Okay. So now I'm going to jump that back because I'm just lazy. I don't want to waste time in the stream. So we'll just jump that. Set course, jump. You might be wondering how the hell am I jumping 1609 then? I just did that, didn't I? Did this, didn't I? Up to maximum that I can. Prime discovery walk range up to 4 or 5, and I'll get that up to 5 and 5. If you've not got that, you probably should do. It allows you to just take the disco wherever you want and then jump all the ships in. Quite good. I think there's quite a lot of sourcing now of these prime things. Maybe Alliance tournament, just random drips throughout faction. I think there's quite a few sources. Definitely get them on some event stores, so try and get that if you can. It just helps. Right, I'm here now. Right, okay. So I know for a fact the crew that I did last time my below decks is, you can see I've been playing around with crews here. Chang, Seska and Suda. This is, if I put in, this is almost like a G7 crew setup. So like, just, I don't know if people know, but like I will listing. So on the G7s hostiles, I'm trying to get Seska maxed. She'll be 20 soon. Suda's maxed. But here, look, you increase, no, repairing 24% in the full, and then Seska, I think, will be 30% of shield. So I think on the G7 hostile, you've got to kind of use these two officers to reboot your shield. And the reason I put Kang in there was Chang, was to try him on the cube to delay a load of shots, because the cube's got a load of shots, and I was playing with the 70 to see if it probably that crew didn't work. But below decks, pick you just to get health back. You need your max Joachim to get your ISO defense up to the amount that you need to do less damage. You to get your crits, and then Torres, Kim, and Neelix for hull breach, morale, and burning. So you need to proc them, because amongst everything else it does, obviously you'll know that it also triggers the stuff that you've got in, not that one, this one, no, your Nova Squadron. So it gives you more ISO damage, more mitigation, shield, repair, or damage, crit damage reduction, blah blah blah. So basically just procs all them, as well as all the procs that you've got to do with your artifacts. So all your artifacts that you've got maxed, a lot of these are kind of triggered off them status effects. So I was quite happy that them officers worked, to be honest with you. Oh, you're doing your credits. Yeah, I do the credits solo, yeah. I just slacked on refining and maxing Seska because I thought she was just going to be G7 and I'll slowly get to it. And now I'm just focusing purely on maxing her. So yes, I'll take all my charge. Is it the charge ones for Seska? So I did Seska, and I think today. Well, first of all, I think it disappeared because I maxed him. Was he in here? I'm sure Suda was in here. Yeah, Suda was in here on that no limits. Because he's max now, he's not. Yeah, you much more thing on me. So I'll probably get Anorax up now as well. I need to try and max him. But I've been throwing it all into DeMarco to try and max DeMarco just for PvP. But Suda's in here, and you can use Suda to get maxed by this no limits. So I maxed him, and then he's, what is it, section 31? No, it's not Xborg. What is it? No, which one is it, Joe? Augment, isn't it? No. DTI. She's there, look. They're like, I burned all these down today to 24, look. But yeah, you're right. I just stop slacking, click the buttons, get my maximum amount, and then go in here and just do it. In fact, I'm probably going to be able to level a Tira now. No, I'm not. No, I'm just going to be short, aren't I? So that's how you max Seska. You just dump them into that, and like Red, like you said, make sure that you come in every day, click the buttons. But you can see now I've stocked right up, so I've got enough to do max refines on these now. I tend to go in just once Red and just run 20 of each, and then it's just down to me slacking on not clicking the buttons. But I also do tend to like get these and stuff like that as well. So anyway, sidetrack slightly. So you can see there I've been trying to test out the best crews on these, and ultimately I think when I get to onto the 70 pluses, I'm going to need these two maxed, and put you maxed as well. Which again, I've just slacked on. I'll have him at 22 now when I get the epics needed to be able to do it, but I need them 3 max really now, which I'm working on. Yeah, I don't know, right? Maybe I just don't click the buttons as often, or I've wasted them on other stuff. Right, so I think that below deck zone's meta. So I know for a fact, I'll tell you a crew that's 100% will work, and that's, I'll start with this. I'll slightly edit it, to put in there, and put it back in again. Pick Q. So just for now, I'm going to save that because I never use that top crew anymore because I use SNW. So I'll save that. Confirm. So I know that crew will 100% work perfectly fine. So I'll summon that in just to complete the event, and then I'm going to See, I've done it on my cube. This might not work on my cube. It definitely worked on my... So let's see if I can kill it with a cube, actually. Let's have a look. So this definitely works on my Cosy. Will it work on my cube? It'd be nice if it does, because it'll save repairs. Yes, so I've killed it. How much damage did I do? Take none. So, easy, yeah. So absolutely no problems with that crew doing these 68s with my cube. So that saves on repairs on the Cosy as well. Try 69. Oh, sorry, allow. People think that you're being rude there, Red. So let's try the 69s with the cube. We'll try that with the cube, and then if it dies or doesn't do very well, I'll try it with the Cosy, because I'll only have to do 5 with that. But let's have a look to see, make sure that's worked. Oh, it's done it already. Oh, look, isolated damage. That's what I was saying. You only need to kill 1, and that just gets done. So that's easy peasy, that one. And that's 2 of 10. Yeah, there's a 2 of 10. So if I can do the 69s, for me, I only need to do 5 of them. But they don't really get any loot, these, do they? So there's absolutely 0 point in farming them. So there's no point farming these. Let's give it a go with my cube. And killed it. A lot more damage on the cube. See, I still think Pipe Moreau. I still think Pipe Moreau Anoraks are going to be best for that. So let's just die, and I'll try Pipe Moreau Anoraks on them with the cube. And then I'll try... Then I will try it on my Cosy if needs be. But you know, it's not going to take me that long, is it, to do? It's really not going to take me long to do 10 kills. So I'm being a bit greedy really here. But I suppose I'm setting myself up for when I... Because I'm about to go 69. Not 6-7, Archer. 6-7. I'm past that. I'm down with the kids saying 6-7. Right, let me bring that in. So will this do better on the 69? It's definitely killed it, obviously. How much damage does it take? Well, not that much better. So cube's not great against these. So the cube would be fine doing 10 on 68s. I wonder if I could do it with a speed crew on them. But now, let me swap ship, put my Cosy on. Let's just swap that to my chrono deflector. The thing is as well, I've not got my slipstream on my cube either. My slipstream's on my... My slipstream is on my Cosy, and I'm not swapping that back and forth. But how many rounds is it taking me to kill it? 39. So just so you can see on these, when you look, let me go to my big hit. The biggest hit on my cube here, not my Cosy. You first of all notice regular damage 1.9 billion, and it just mitigates all that because it only takes ISO damage. Then ISO damage 13.6 billion, and it's mitigated 10 billion of it. So it really is. When I do the 70s, it's even more. It's like 90 odd % of the ISO damage that you do. And then the apex barrier is doing next to nothing. So Apex Shreds are going to have no impact whatsoever on this. Are you got Slipstream on it? Yeah, that's it, mate. If I put Slipstream on this, remember that by round 6 or whatever, but when I get into down here, I won't be hitting shields anymore. It's just all let them 1 million shield health are going to just be 1 million hull health. So that's the Slipstream's huge. Again, another total reason why you should have Slipstreams. So now I've got Slipstream on this. Let me try that. See how much damage I take now. Yeah, probably similar to you there. About 10%. So look. See how many rounds it went. Yes, 16 rounds. Similar-ish. Yeah, Archer, I can't do 73 to 74s. Definitely can't do them, but see, like my 156 billion ISO damage is stopping 132 billion damage. Oh yeah, Red, you've not seen my Cosy lately. I've been killing, I don't know, 90 billion G6 epics and 110, 120 billion vengeances in PvP. Obviously, the only way to do that is to sting them, and then I blow them up in one round before they get shot off. But it's quite cool. He's put me on for PvP until I get it. I don't know. I don't know whether to go for. I don't know whether to go directly for vengeance or go for the G6 epic. Everyone says get the G6 epic, but I don't know because McCudley. The thing is, I won't be able to do the G7 dailies with the Cosy because it's just nowhere near strong enough in PvE as this is showing. But in PvP, when I can just buff it, I don't even need to match fort. I can just use Cerrito, regular fort, cloak, and then hit it with Shred and Mantis, and then attack it. And I do like 1 trillion ISO damage per shot, and then they die before they get shot off. Also, that's not sustainable because I'll eventually run out of stings. So I can't kill 80, 90 billion G6 epics and 120 billion vengeances all the time. And if it gets to about 140 billion vengeance, you just no chance. Because you don't kill it in round 1, and as soon as you get to round 2, it just goes bang and you're dead. If you get to round 2, you just die. So anyway, let's get this. I'll kill that one now. Let's get this. Okay, VGER trials. All right, so there's an event for this in the Balux. So let me have a look, see if that daily is done. Yeah, them two are done now. So that's easy enough. That's easy enough, isn't it? Even when I get to 69, I'm sorted. So my dailies are just not an issue now. Pike, Moreau, Anorax, summon into Porto, do a 5 hostiles, done. So that's okay. So let's have a look at the events that I'm clicking through here. Okay, so this is saying just defeat the hostiles. So I don't really need to be killing 69s here. The VGER simulation meta. These are just meters, aren't they, saying complete the trials. And then I think there's one like you mentioned about further down, maybe on the Excelsior events. There, defeat VGER fighters. I'm guessing any. Oh, yeah, well, we're only going to be able to do 51, so I've got to kill 125. Yeah, I'll try this. I'm never going to be able to do 61s, am I? So it's probably not going to be worth it. It's only 50 more points. So I bet they're just doing. It depends what the cooldown is on that, because that's going to be way boring. Sat there clicking the button. But it'll be fine. So one thing I'm going to do now is I'll just see this out and blow it up for a start. Let me send this back. I'll tell you what we'll do as a test. Can a speed crew kill the 68s on the cube? So if speed kill can kill the 68 on the cube, then I can just zip around completing that event. Come on, die. Okay, so the loop's not that hard, is it? But we will try and do 70s though, because I think the true test is going to be like, how much can I? I've got 2 minutes. I'm not. I mean, I'm fine. I mean, I were thinking of upgrading this server, Red, and I want to do the big gun, the kinetic gun. But you can see it's 15,000, 1.1 million Sigma trait. I'd like to get to level 70. That's my stop point on it. It's going to be level 70. But it slows right down because of this. It takes me like a week or so to get up to that level. In fact, it takes about a week or so to get 1 million, but I think that's come because I bought the ship. And you can see it uses rare gas, which I'm going to run out of if I want to try and level up to up 70. So check my commanders, FC commanders. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to click the buttons now, but you're right. I should whack Spock him when I do it. I think he's got a trit. Yeah, Sigma trit. So I'll whack Spock in before I do any of that. Yeah. Yeah, he does. And Kirk has. I think I've already got Kirk on. I keep him on for the speed. So yeah. But yeah, Spock will just slot in for Cisco or something. Or Locutus. But yeah, before I hit any buttons on ship upgrades, that's what I'd do. Right, what I'm going to do is swap ship, cube. Let's do a speed crew on the cube. Gonna need Joachim. Don't need that extra speed, so I will go for. Who shall I go for? Below deck. I just max Suda into. So what's his? 120%, 5 round cumulatively. Is that? I think that's cumulative as well. Now I'm maxing, I'm just gonna give that a go. That might give me some good. Thanks, Archer. Swap that again. Don't mind swapping that because I've got loads of them. Just don't like swapping these ones because it's ungodly expensive. So let's have a look, see if I can use speed crew on the 68s. Killed it. No. No is the answer to that. Okay, speed crew's not going to work on the 68s. So, for this event, doesn't matter what I do, does it? It just says kill them. So let's do, I don't know, 51s. See if these count. So let's just, do these count to that event? Yeah. I'll just take no damage on them. So I just stack these up. In fact, you could probably bring Dauntless here. These look quite small, don't they? Let's do that for a laugh. Where is it? Stupid Dauntless. See if that kills them. Where is it? Oh my god. Is that it? Yeah. I've only just got it. Let's do that. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna need crit on that, aren't I? Put corn on instead. No, I can use below deck. That's fine. Vial. Let's see if this works. Right, so how many of these do I need to kill? Is it a lot? Can't be that many, can it? Complete this. Am I just going to run all these out and they're not going to respawn? I think there was a bug before where it's like you killed these and then they didn't respawn. So let's have a look. Oh, I'm nearly done. 9 more. It's going to be done before Dauntless gets here. Yep, it's going to be done. Alright, when we've done this, we'll try out the new ship on the 51s. See what happens. Come on, Dauntless. We will test to see if Dauntless can kill one, though. How big are they? Yeah, it should kill that, shouldn't it? 300. Maybe. Maybe a better crew. Will the Dauntless kill one? Let's have a look. The baby Dauntless. Yes. Oh, easy. Sorry about that. Bit of a cold. Right, is this done now? What? Is it done? Sure, that's done. So have a look to see if it's done. Yeah, done. Okay. So that's that event done. Easy enough. So we know the Dauntless works here as well. So I wonder how high up I can go with that Dauntless until it can't do it. Just for an event. But the event would need to be not level orientated associated with these and just kill as many as you can before it'd be worthwhile. Because it's not going to be able to do particularly big ones. Right, so we'll go back and we'll make sure we put the best crew we can onto this USS Excelsior. And how many does it need to do? Is it level 51s you said that we need to complete? We need to do. I think it's level 51s. Heroic Hunt. Yeah, 51 to 60s. I mean, these are going to be rock hard, aren't they? And then we'll have a look at the maybe we should level this first. Yeah, let's level it before we send it out. So let's upgrade it. Hang up, is the event on? There isn't there. There must be an event up for this. So have a look. See if there's an event on. Hang on. Just check this on my phone a sec. Plus Screen Manager. So let's have a quick look to see if there's an event. Yeah. Lag. USS Excelsior events. Upgrade. Yeah, what do we get? So just the parts, not the research stuff. Is there one for the research? Yes, that's the SLB. I'm not going to get anywhere near though, because someone will buy a pack and an offload. Yeah. So I'm guessing it's going to get me round here. Well, you've got one red, I see. So I guess it's going to get me around here, and these people have bought packs. That's what I'm guessing. Because I can't see be getting 4 million. But that's an heroic SMS, so is it worth saving this and trying to compete in the next one? It's not really, because people will just keep buying packs. So it's just not worth it. I'll just come where I come on that event. Although Chronicles probably, the COTA, but probably going to get a load of points for that. Nah, we'll upgrade it. Right, so what do we want first? So we want the armour, we want the shield. What guns we got? Energy, kinetic, energy. Okay, so it's got 2 energy, 2 kinetics, 8,400, 8,400, 8,400. Okay, so they all do exactly the same. What's the firing pattern on them? You get 3 shots from the energy, and they come out every round. And you get 2 shots on the kinetics, and they come out every 2 rounds. Comp chest. Oh, cheers, Red. Let's pick that up. Oh, and I ain't got I ain't not got any of these yet. So what we got? Let's do the diodes. Oh, we can do the event as well. We could do the mission. That'll probably give us stuff to upgrade it as well. We'll launch day gift. That's just for the track points. A couple of officers. Day 1 elite credits. What do we get for that? Oh, okay. Okay. So, because we can't do that, because we can't do the dailies of round 1, it looks like it's giving us that in the pack. And what we're getting in compensation. What's that? Did I click the wrong button then? Please tell me I clicked the wrong button, because that's not a compensation. I'm confused. Surely that just, they've done that to trigger something, to finish something. Because that comp chest for me then would just 5-star with just regular dilithium. I'll have to have a look to see what that was for. Because that weren't a gift, was it? Send that back. Right. So now, if I go into refinery, exactly. Exactly, Red. If I go to the refining challenge, I can open the strongbox because they've given us that because they didn't have the daily for today. Which allows me more ports, which is good. What the VGER particles? Used to upgrade 7-star station uncommon material cost efficiency research. Okay. Why am I getting 7-star stuff? So have a look in the station. Why am I getting 7-star stuff? Oh, they're here. Oh. Well, I'm not going to complain at that. Not going to complain at that. If I can start doing this every day, might be able to get myself some G7 station efficiency before I get to G7. That's quite nice. Whether there's meant to do that is another thing. I'm surprised they're giving G7 stuff out now before you can get to before you're 71. If you do the event for Excelsior, then you should have enough to tier it. Okay, so do the event for the Excelsior. Do you mean the mission? Yeah, is that the mission? Yeah. So if I go to here and oh no, you mean the event, don't you? Yeah, you mean the event. Okay, that's fair enough. I get you. Yeah, but then maybe I wonder if any of these give stuff. No, this is different though, aren't they? TOS. No, it's just this one we want, isn't it? That's a bit weird that they've hidden it in there. You decloak the hostile, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. But let's do this anyway, because I reckon this might. Do you want to purchase mission? Confirm. Well, that's interesting. It's like it's in TOS, which is in with other holodeck stuff, so that might confuse people. So that's important to know that when you're looking to where the mission is, it's not got its own new one. Because TOS has been there before for these ones. That now and then. And that port. That I think is old ones. Right. Right, let's run these then. This might give me more stuff to level it. So, oh, maybe not. Maybe it just gives prints. Have you done the mission, Red? Does it give you any extra parts? Let's just run this anyway. Oh, I'm not got. Let me one sec. Kill a hostile. I'll go faster then. More mission than new systems, baby. I don't know how long this is going to take. Right, I'm sorry if you come in and you thought, oh, I want to understand what the story is about it. Unfortunately, my patience when I'm in game for reading the storylines is 0, and I just click it through as fast as I can. I do try and go back and kind of read them afterwards, but kind of not when I'm in between gaming. I just go back and kind of follow the storylines afterwards. It's not very exciting, is it, for a stream doing these? Wonder how many I've got to do. So that's part 1 done. So that gets me a bit of the ship. I've got to go and find it. Go there. Let's just lock that on missions on here to... Well, maybe we will. Because we're getting them challenge credits now. I reckon the next one will give us some extra parts. Maybe it won't. It has in the past, I'm sure on new ships when the missions will come out, but maybe it just gives them further down the line. So the new loop's not particularly hard, is it? So for me at least, I'm just going to go in with the Cosy, kill 5 69s, done. And then I've just got to click the buttons. But then maybe I've got to do the decloak thing with the new ship every day as well. So maybe we'll find out tomorrow, like how many we need to kill for that. But it's still not overly intensive, that. I guess the challenge is more in hitting up. So I'll have a look at the event soon, because if there's like an SLB that gives you more points for 70s than they do 69, then let's say it's like 10 times more points for a 70 than a 69, then it's probably going to be worthwhile figuring it out. But like I said, the best I got on the 70s with my Cosy was Pike Moronarax with the below crew that said, and I could get 1. Maybe if I buffed, I could get 2 or 3, but that's not sustainable in terms of a grind. But yeah, more missions in the new systems. Maybe we'd have to look at that. But I'm not too sure whether them missions in the new systems would give ship parts. It's kind of the ones that you click on from the holodeck normally that you get ship ports, or maybe it does. Could be wrong. Oh, I've got to kill 4 more hostiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the worst bit about when you're doing missions, when it says kill 15 level 52 or higher hostiles. I suppose that's where the Junker comes in handy, Red, because you could just send it and click a button twice or whatever. In fact, I could probably do that because the Junker's big enough to kill these, isn't it? But then you got to warp out to it. I suppose that's only 10 seconds. Maybe I should use Junker instead of that. Right, come on, this mission's got to be nearly done now. Yeah. Oh, so there's another one. Gain attention of the Romulans. So, what do we get for this one? No, still no ship parts. Still no ship parts, but does the completing the mission give you ship parts? Probably doesn't, does it? I bet it doesn't. Complete new missions. No, just off the depots. Not brilliant. So yeah, I think the best way to do it will be like you said. Let's complete that heroic event. But I might as well get this done now. How many parts do we reckon there is? 4, 5, 6, 7? I'm not sure. Oh, so we've got to kill another 4 of these. look at all these. Well, we've not looked at the research yet either, have we? So we need to do that as well before we end the stream. I'm intrigued, particularly for the PvP. Although I think I'm getting to a limit now. Hey Red, see that you're in game. Oh, I don't know why I'm attacking that. Set course for that in a minute. I'm reaching around them systems. Oh, okay. Let's have a look. So let's jump. Could always have a look. So Indigo. Oh, there's mission there. Few missions. Oh yes, ship ports. Huh. All right, I'll leave it there for now. Let's get this one. Thank you, Red. That's good. So this one can't be far off done now. So we'll finish this one, and then we'll pick up that. Then we'll do the. Then we'll level it what we can. Then we'll do the event. Then we'll come back and then we'll level it some more. And I reckon that's probably as much as I can do free to play. Which might get me a top 10 or a top 25, which will get me something in the SLB. I think Red, you look like you were 7th or 8th in the SLB, so it's going to be around that, isn't it? Well, let's go in there. Let's have a quick look at that research. I guess it's going to mean starships. Yeah, US Excelsior warp range. So this is just improving the Excelsior itself. These are to buff you to kill the VGER hostiles of your deploy. Okay, so that's the Gorn or the non-invisible ones. So you get more ISO damage. How much more ISO damage? Quite a lot. More ISO defense. And you see, okay. And then the other PvE. So you get more Apex Shred. More Apex Barrier. We know Apex Barrier is useful. It's 3,500, that's quite good. It will for the loop. But again, I don't really need it now. I'm just thinking maybe like hitting it up for some reason, or if 70 is really hard when I get to it. But by then I'll have a ship to be able to do the 70s easy enough. So how much PvP shred do we get? 50%. Not bad. Although it's a lot more sources of that now. Apex Barrier, 6,000. Nowhere near as much as a Mimic. Crit damage reduction. Yeah, I like that. I'm a big believer in that one. That really helps. And this is PvE. That's just more ISO defense. More ISO defense. What's the difference between them two? G5 plus FK. Hostiles invading into the more without plus retaliation. Versus players. Okay. ISO defense, weapon damage, Apex Barrier. More Apex Barrier. But only for FKR. So you get over 9,000 Apex Barrier. And so you get over 12,500. It seems a lot, but I'm working on this. Biomimic. So once that's maxed, it'll be 30k Apex Barrier. So that'll be slotting straight in once it gets to max, that biomimetic gel. For the moment I'm sticking with Q cannon. But that mimetic gel will be a lot better than Q cannon once it's maxed. So just working through that, waiting for an event to tier that. Right, that's that one done. Are we done now? Oh no, there's another one. How many missions is there? Let's see what we get for this one. Do we get any? Oh, it's just another print, which I don't need. But I've got this far now, might as well do it. The suspicion of ship parts is only 3-parter. Okay, thanks, Red. We will definitely do that mission. I've got my disco part there ready for it, so we'll definitely do that. Let's just pick it up. Just wonder what we need to do. Just is it just around here? Because that'll be quite good. Survey the system. Let me make sure that's not the one, is it? Oh, it's right at the bottom. Can that kill it? Probably. You need the Excelsior for one of the parts. Okay, well, I've got the Excelsior, so that's fine. We've got the Excelsior. Get these missions done. Not the most thrilling to do, but at least they'll be done. Okay, so that's part 1's done. So it's got some extra ship parts. Gotta go there. Just jump. While we're doing that, get this one completed. Bring the samples to McCoy. Okay. Just go on that one. While that's going back, we'll go here. Looks like for one of these parts with the ship parts, I'm gonna need the new ship, which is fine because we've got it. Luckily, we don't need to kill too much because that's looking low on health. Oh, it's slow. This is why I always put speed crew on for these missions. Yeah, okay, well, I'll have to do that with this. This can do that once it gets around to it. Oh, we're done. Part 5 done. That it, surely. No more of them. Oh no, there is another one. How many missions is there? Wow. Doesn't normally go to stage 6, does it? I think I'm just going to stop doing that in a minute and I'll finish off later on because it's boring even me, let alone you guys watching it. Let's have a look to see what it's normally telling you, it complete stage whatever. Part 8. There's 8 parts. not overly exciting. I'll come back to that. But I am going to have to kill. What should we do now? Let's upgrade this. I'll do the drive engines in case I need that. I'll get into the guns. To be honest with you, I can almost tear this. Can I tear it? Can I tear it? Oh yeah, I can tear it already. So I wonder if that's going to refresh. I wonder if that's going to refresh any of the refineries. Well, we can have a look. Let's have a look. See if the refinery refreshes. Refinery challenge. Yes. The strong boxes, but I'm not going to be able to do it. But at least tomorrow I'll have a tier 2 one. So it does refresh the strong box. Probably refreshes these as well, doesn't it? But I don't think there's anything on there that I particularly want. I'll look at them in a bit. Maybe it refreshes that, maybe. Okay, well, we got that tiered now. I'm not going to do this mission. I'll stop there. What's the other one? How much do I need? Where was it? Here. 51. Level 51 or higher. Can I get that? No. 51 or higher. Oh, Jesus. Come on. I'll do. Level 51. We'll go there. What do I need to upgrade it? 300. What do I want? The armour or the shield? Probably the armour. Get more hull. So that's 300. That's 300. So I need 300 more. So if I can get 300 from this event, then I can get the armour or the shield on day 1. That's not too bad, to be fair, is it? Get that maxed. Spend these. Warp range. So we'll do the warp range, because we need that to get it going. And then probably want the hull, don't we? Oh, look at that, 1,200%. Love that. That's pretty good. So what does that go up to next? Oh, so you only get 200% more, so we're going to be best getting the shield for 1,200%. Always the first levels are always the most cost beneficial. And then, the speed, no, I'm not bothered about that. Maybe that would have been good to get. What do I need? Experimental research. Can I get any more experimental research? I bet I can from the missions. Right, let's get these missions done then, and we'll see if we get more experimental research. If we do, I might get that extra ISO damage. Although so, pardon? You want the charger? Yeah, you can have it, yeah. Second, wife wants my charger. Right, so we'll get these done. And then we'll need to go out and use this cloaking thing on this new ship. So that's done now. Okay, analyze a decloaked Federation ship. So I've got to do that now for this mission anyway, haven't I? In level 51. Okay, good. So that's okay. So we've got to the point where that mission wanted me to do this anyway, so now's a good time for me to put a crew on it. So I don't know how hard these are going to be. I think they're going to be quite easy. I think 51s should be easy enough. I don't see 51s being that hard. What people, has anyone else got one of these ships out here? No. No, no. No. So no one else has got one at the 5th. Maybe they moved on to... pair. Right, so is there any specific zone I need to do this in for this event? Or did it just say 51s? It'll fly towards you. Okay, yeah. Just want to make sure though that I get in the right zone for it. I don't want to do it in a random zone. So let's have a look what zone. So might as well put the best crew on for it. Excelsior hunt, this one. Orden core. Okay, I'll do that because that's what it's saying. So we'll go... maybe we'll just do Janeway Dock, Anorax. And we'll... I have no idea whether they do ISO damage, I'm guessing that they do. But, actually, do we get ISO defense anyway? No, we get Apex Barrier. So probably do it. So you probably need that to offset the shred. That to offset their defense, but maybe they do ISO damage. So I think the ISO, guess. What did the patch notes say? These were in the patch notes. It said that they do. No. Fighters. Increase isolated defense and gain additional apex barrier. Okay, so not dramatically different there. They don't do a lot of ISO damage, so maybe I don't need. Maybe I don't need Joachim underneath. I'll put him there now just to be sure. Oh, internet's gone down. Is the internet working for you? That's weird. Did I lose connection then? They barely hear you at 61. Okay, red. A bit weird. I lost connection then. Okay, well let's just whack on a 4 hour. I'll update that when I go to bed. Oh, weird. Game crash then. So we'll go to the Excelsior events. And we'll go to this. And we'll go here to Orden Core. We'll go out. So what we'll do is we'll kill one, move up, kill one, move up, kill one, move up. And we'll see how high we can go before we die. At tier 2. While that's zooming out, we'll do this mission. Barely 8s. Yeah, I expect that the 51s to 61s are going to do very little. Just wondering how far up we can go at tier 2. Right, so upgrade the ship, oh blah. Okay, confirm. Where it comes, there it is. Let's move towards it. I'll attack it just because it's good to over the attack first. Even though it might not make any difference against hostiles. Alright, and look, the cooldown 20 seconds. This is 100% gonna 100% the most macro stroke botted way to win damage dealing SLBs and ALBs I've ever seen in my life. So that's all people are going to be doing. 30 seconds, not 30 seconds, not 20 seconds. So you basically just, I can fully see people doing a very simple keyboard macro to click that button every 30 seconds. Not ideal, that is it? It's gonna be a bit right then, so they're easy enough. So they look far too easy. Let's try 55. Oh, I can't reach 54. So I can't even reach 55. Maybe increase warp I could, couldn't I? That might be quite useful then. I wonder if like you can get loads of points for these. I might increase my warp range. If I kill these easy. Spend some of that research on warp. Maybe even put the warp crew on. I'm just thinking here more about SLBs. Let's say there's a timed 100 points or timed 10 points for using Excelsior. And you get more points for the higher ones that you do. Well, see, that's just done no damage whatsoever. We jump that home. So that's super easy so far. What damage is it doing? How much have they got? Let's see, it's only 63 though. You were getting quadrillions, weren't they? So you're gonna have to get into the 60s before you start outdoing it. Let me have a look at that research again. Starships. Warp range. Oh, that goes up to 200, look. Of that. What's next? 750. There we go. So that'll get us an extra. So 750. I bet that's enough to get us onto the to the 60s, I bet. No, it's not. Do I need to take that home first? I didn't think you had to do that for research to apply, but maybe you do. Yeah, you do. 59, 58, 60. Let's try 59. It won't make you wait, it's boring. Jump. What do you reckon, Red? 59? Too odd. Let's try 59. Doesn't use any juices, does it? So we can test without running out of summon juice. We just keep doing it. Let's have a look. Maybe I'll do. Does it kill it? No, nowhere near. Okay. So let's have a look at the log. Not too bad. Got its shield out. So. Oh, it's mitigating nearly all. Wow. It's got a huge apex barrier, hasn't it? Yeah, look at the size of that barrier. So that barrier is nowhere near enough. Is way more than. So I've got 500,000 damage, and it's got 47 million apex barrier. So the apex barrier, you're just wiping everything out. Not everything, I'm doing 5. I'm getting some through, aren't I? I'm not a million miles off. I bet if I go down the zone, I might not be far off. Let's try 57. Let's try 57. And how much? I'll need to summon it first, won't I? Try 57. There it is. Attack. How much has it got? 61 trillion. I reckon I might get that. No, still not getting it. I wonder if it stays there. Come back and kill it again. Probably does, I think. Not too sure why you'd want to. Yeah, looks like it stays there. Red, can you go to that zone and see if you can see that? Did it stay? But can you see it? Is it only me that can see it, or can you see it? I'm intrigued to see if other people can see the fighters when they get spawned. Let's go down one. So, okay, so I've sorted out the warp range, but it's too hard now. Yeah, you see it. Okay, well, interesting. So I mean, you could attack that if you wanted to. Although, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because it's a 30-second cooldown on, and you can only kill it with the Excelsior, so you can't really snipe these. Like, the worst that you're doing is making somebody wait another 30 seconds to spawn another one. So there's not really any. It's not like you've wasted. I can only summon 10 of them and you've just sniped one. They don't even give any loot, do they? Do they give a loot? Well, they do. So the stuff that you use. So you get the stuff that you use to do the Cerrito boost-esque thing. This stuff. Well, I think it maxes out at 12k by the looks of it, so you'd have to. Let's try this one then. I don't reckon this will work either. Maybe Pipe Moreau Anorax. Yeah. Closer. A lot closer. Oh. Oh. Why is it saying all these are new? What's happened? Intriguing. What's happened there? I'm confused. Why has it done that? Just apply that and get my row. Why is it saying all they're new? That's so annoying. Must be a bug. Right, let me put you in. And then I'm not too sure, you know, that I'm not too sure that the ISO defense under doing anything whatsoever. I don't think it's doing anything. Just 500% means nothing, does it? So maybe we'll go for Suda. Get bigger crits. Just away. Annoying. Put Carolyn. $55 kills, PMA 10% all left. Okay, so you think 55, 10%. I reckon. I reckon. We can. I'm going to put Anorites on that. I reckon I can kill one of them 57s. But it's a bit pointless, isn't it? It seems almost like no point doing it. But if I put on Suda, just powering up my crits. I don't want to ISO damage because it's doing a load of ISO damage anyway. The only other one there would be Torres to do. What ship's there? Why are they saying there's a ship there? I don't even have a ship in there. I'm going to restart this game because it's gone a bit buggy. See you later, Red. I'm nearly done now anyway. It's a bit weird. The game's gone really buggy. We're saying like loads of new officers. I don't know why it's done that. Oh, that is here. Right, give it one last go on these ones. If not, I'm gonna drop down. Where is it? There. See if we can kill it. Oh god, nowhere near. Oh, miles worse. Fair enough. Revert, revert. We'll revert back to what we were, because that looked terrible. Right, so let's just do 55s then. Seems that's about the range at the moment. I mean, like I said, for this particular event, doesn't matter, does it? I could just do 51s. but I'm guessing that when the SLB comes out, because there's going to be this event. I did see an event, I'm sure I did. VGER, yeah, blah blah blah. SMS, yeah, scoring in the qualifier by placing in the weekly VGER invasion SLBs. There will be 3 events to qualify, 1 per week. The top 3 players in the qualifying Meta event will place in a regional tournament. An SLB here as well. If you're defeating these things. Oh yeah, but that's not the... They're the Hoorah, Gone and Silence. Similar thing, innit? Oh, yeah. I wonder whether the fighters score more points. You'd think, I mean, it doesn't say it on there, but you'd think there may be a additional scoring mechanism for the fighter than using the ship. That's what they would normally do. Maybe they don't. See how this goes. Killed it. Yeah. Oh, it's just not worth it, is it? Jumps up quite a lot from 54 to 55. That 54 did basically no damage. 54 did quite a lot. So we got that 55. That took 32 rounds, took half the health. 54, 1 round. So massive jump up at 55. So it's got 500,000 apex barrier and 3,094% ISO damage. So your 500% ISO defense is going to work against that. But on the 55, 10,000% increase and shreds apex barrier. And that ginormous apex barrier. It says, yeah, so that's your cut. That's a jump point. 54 to 55 is you're going to need a much bigger tier on this, aren't you, to increase these. So there we go. That makes sense. It looks like 54 is tier 1, 2, maybe 3 viable. And then 55 is where it jumps up. But I wonder whether the scoring in the SLPs will, if they're smart, then they'll set the scoring for that, really. So now I've just got to kill these. How many of these do I need to do? Got to do lots of them. I'm not going to pain you with doing them. I will complete them tonight. Once I've done that, I'll be able to spend these researchers and these parts onto the thing. I'll also be able to complete them over missions that we're doing. These ones get more ship parts. So I'll do all that. That's probably going to get me higher up the SLB. I'm 15th at the moment. So it's going to be around here like red, isn't it? It's going to be around here 423, 428. I reckon those people who've done Deco, red and dark, they've probably done the missions and the event. I don't know why there's slight differences. Maybe it's just on when you're doing the research, like how close you get to running out all the remaining research that you've got. That's what it'll be. If you're left with not being able to upgrade and you've got like that's a full upgrade, and you can only do 3/4 of it, so you can't quite do the next upgrade. That's what it'll be. Right, well, I think I'm pretty much done on the stream now. I covered pretty much everything associated with the new loop. Looked at the patch notes, looked at the officers, the sourcing for the officers, the new dailies, the new weekly pass, how to source the ship free to play, what the ship does, how to maximize tiering stroke leveling the ship for the SLB at the start. We looked at on the dailies the best crews to be able to do at least up to 69s. Maybe on the next stream once I've played around a bit more and found best crew for 70s. Pipe Anoraks was the only thing I could really use to get myself a 170 done with my cos carry, and slipstream super important as well because there seems to go a lot of rounds, so slipstream will get you direct through to the hull after 4 rounds, so really do recommend using a slipstream if you've got it. If not, it could be tricky. We then tried out the new ship, did the new missions quickly. Still didn't complete them all, but we'll do that. And then just chalked off the events. It's quite a simple loop, really. I guess what it's going to give for me will be, beyond just a self-fulfilling challenge of completing the loop, it's going to get me a support ship that's going to help in PvE and PvP for outposts predominantly needed, maybe even for this here loop, and PvP definitely. Some nice things there to help me it up even higher. Does mean I've got to put 3 buffs on my ships now. I can do that from galaxy wide. And out of all these, I probably like this the best. These efficiencies. 500. So I'd probably go in order. Junker. I don't know. And then if I've got to only choose 2 of them, I'd definitely have Junker, and then preferably maybe the Squall, and then the Reliant. But I'm hoping I'll have enough to do all 3 of them. It'd be nice to be able to do all 3 of them. The time I've picked up that and done the dailies and everything else, if I could do all 3 of them, I'd definitely do that. Obviously, if you've not got the ship, you should be doing your 500 a day into this 100%, and then 100 days you can get the ship. That's about it. Right, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna chill for a little bit, grab a lemsip because I've got a bit of a cold still, and then I'm gonna complete this event and then chill with my wife, watch a bit of TV. The new Spartacus out, might watch a bit of that. I've already seen the Stranger Things. I think I'm up to date on Fallout. There may be one more Fallout to watch. They're the ones I'm watching at the moment. And I thought Stranger Things ending were quite good, by the way. Everyone was complaining about it, or not everyone, but there's always people complain. But I thought it were quite good. No spoilers, but I enjoyed it. Enjoying Fallout, but I enjoy the Fallout games, so I was always going to do that. Bit of a nerd when it comes to Fallout stuff, so I enjoyed that. And Spartacus is great, if you've not seen it. All the original ones. God rest his soul, one of the guys who played Spartacus died. But I love that. The original Spartacus were brilliant, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the new one's like. Yeah, but apart from that, it's good. Enjoy your evening. Been on for about 2.5 hours. About normal for these streams. and hopefully it's been quite useful for people in terms of seeing the new content, the new ships, looking at the crews, looking at the combat logs, etc., etc. So it'll be on Twitch for a little while, but I'll download it, put it up onto my YouTube, and then post my links into the Alliance Discord. And if anyone else wants to look at it, just look for Jebu1155 on Twitch, and please follow me on stream on Twitch and follow me on YouTube if you want to. Don't bother if you don't, but if you do, that'd be great. Right, I'm going to call it a night. Cheers on.